that. We scream for the ones who, well, we never knew. We don't know their names, but we go silent when it's somebody we actually grew up with. That shit never made sense to me. Mama in the kitchen cooking up again. You don't know them, but you screaming their name. When your people got a dream, you don't even do the same. Show love to a stranger, but not your own lane. When I blow up, don't circle back with the shame. Who you know? Tell me who you really ride for. Who you show love to when it's time for war. While we cold, when it's friends but war with the fame. Now I'm up. Don't act like we ever been the same. I was starving. Niggas ain't offer me a plate. Now I'm eating. Everybody looking, wanna taste fake love. I can smell that shit in their face, and I did it on my own. Ain't no need for a chase. You was there when I was broke. Why you ghosted me back then? Now I'm posting numbers, so now you posting again. Show support to these celebs, and you don't even know. But your bro got a dream, and you still moving cold. You're Bob Balenciaga, but not your homie T. You're a post Kanye, but you won't repost me. You dance for Drake. You gon' cry for Ye, but your day one drop and you really look away. Don't wait till I'm dead to show me love. Don't DM me when I finally blow up. You had your chance to ride when I was climbing, but you chose to stay silent, and now I'm shining. You don't know them, but you screaming their name. When your people got a dream, you don't even do the same. Show love to a stranger, but not your own lane. When I blow up, don't circle back with the shame. Who you know? Tell me who you really ride for. Who you show love to when it's time for war. While we cold, when it's friends but one with the fame. Now I'm up. Don't act like we ever been the same. I really used to vent and nobody would listen. Now they wanna act like they was part of the mission. You ain't clap when I won. You was hoping and wishing I would fold. Now you niggas broke and you twitching, but I'm popping in the city, got the world on my back. But the ones from the block, they won't give me no debt. I ain't bitter, nigga, I'm just stating a fact. You ain't with me, nigga, you can stay where you at. And I'm the same one who tried to bring y'all all in, but now I'm dolo. Gotta charge up for a friend, but it's different when you really come from the dirt. And the people that you feed try to do you the worst. Don't wait till I'm dead to show me love. Don't DM me when I finally blow up. You had your chance to ride when I was climbing, but you chose to stay silent, and now I'm shining. You don't know them, but you screaming their name. When your people got a dream, you don't even do the same. Show love to a stranger, but not your own lane. When I blow up, don't circle back with the shame. Who you know? Tell me who you really ride for. Who you show love to when it's time for war. While we cold, when it's friends but one with the fame. Now I'm up. Don't act like we ever been the same. You don't know them, but you screaming their name. When your people got a dream, you don't even do the same. Show love to a stranger, but not your own lane. When I blow up, don't circle back with the shame. Who you know? Tell me who you really ride for. Who you show love to when it's time for war. While we cold, when it's friends but one with the fame. Now I'm up. Don't act like we ever been the same.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love, much love, much love. If y'all can hear me clearly, please drop a 1 in the chat. Please drop a 1 in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly so we can get right into the show. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly out there. Can y'all hear me? Okay, I see a couple of ones. I see a couple of ones. I see a couple of ones. Okay, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And of course, we are back right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm y'all host, DS1 Ross. Of course, good morning to everyone. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Got another great show lined up for you guys this morning. Shout out to all the visionaries out there. Shout out to the lovely lady mods, of course. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all support. I just want to say that before we get into the show. Um, I want to ask y'all opinion before we get into it, right? Before I shout y'all out. Have y'all been enjoying the Morning Man Talk series? I want to know how y'all been feeling about that, fellas. To all the fellas that's in the building. Ladies, y'all can answer too. Have y'all been enjoying this series? Have y'all been enjoying the series? Because I've been enjoying doing it. I like how I have been able to find a way to balance out the content for you guys, because I kind of felt like I was neglecting that content, because for a minute we was on the Diddy stuff, and then we got on the Trump and the Elon stuff. So I felt like I kind of was neglecting, the usual. So I said, you know what? Let me come back with something fresh. And I decided to come up with the series. So I wanted to know, have y'all been enjoying it? Because I definitely been enjoying doing the content, So let me shout everyone out, and then I'll read you guys' comments in the chat while I shout everyone out. But do me a favor, double tap your screens if you're here through the vertical feed. Smash the like button, y'all. Also share the show. Share the show this morning. Y'all see the title. We definitely gonna get into it this morning. We got a video that we're gonna review. So make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. The super chat is open. The links are going across your screen if you would like to support the show financially at any time. But make sure you support the show with your time by hitting that like button. Hit that like button, y'all. I appreciate it. Let's get to the chat. Shout out to my man Mark in the building. Peace, Mark. Good to see you, man. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Shout out to my man Bob in the building. Good morning, my brother. Shout out to my brother Bob. Bob says, when I hit my lowest in 2020, I understood how much no one cared, including family. They expected more from me when I could barely walk. And women were especially cruel. It made me stronger. Shout out to my brother Bob, man. Salute to you, bro. Salute. And good morning. Good morning, Miss L'Oreal. Shout out to you. We got a top lovely lady mod in here. Good to see you, sis. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Hey, Sin. Shout out to the cynical one in the building. Good morning. Good morning to you. I appreciate you. We got two lovely lady mods in the building. Shout out to you, Sin. Shout out to my man Astral in the building. What up, Astral? Salute, fam. Salute. Good morning. Good morning to you, Club. Shout out to my man Club in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you. Club says, I love this series. Some of the lies in particular I genuinely needed. Mark says, every show has been very helpful. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate that. Grand Rising, Tanja. I appreciate your support. Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Classy Creole. Shout out to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. We got two top lovely lady mods in here this morning. Good morning, ladies. I appreciate y'all. Y'all always coming through and holding it down for me. Thank y'all. GP on the tube. What's up, GP on the tube? Good morning. Good morning, GP. Thank you, Miss Classy Creole. I appreciate that. Thank you for posting that. Let me go ahead and pin that to the top of the chat. So at any time, if you guys would like to support the student tuition fund, it is posted at the top of the chat. It is posted at the top of the chat. And make sure y'all stay tuned because we got some news coming up about that. I will be letting y'all know real soon what's going on with that. Again, like I said, I'm gonna show y'all my grades for the last couple of semesters that y'all been keeping up and supporting me on. So y'all stay tuned for that. That's coming real soon. Shout out to B Dolo. What's good, B Dolo? Shout out to everyone, man. Shout out to everyone. Y'all see the show. Y'all see the show. Y'all see the show. Male tears. Male tears. Why society silences men's emotions. Why society silences men's emotions. Why are men told to turn their emotions off and on like a goddamn faucet? This is what we're going to talk about today. How you doing, Lakeisha? Lakeisha says, good morning. I have definitely been enjoying all of the content. It's refreshing to hear real thoughtful conversation is needed for our community. Thank you, Lakeisha. I appreciate your support. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Thank you for dropping down out the clouds. It's the first time we seeing you in the chat. So welcome. I appreciate you. Vegan warrior priest. Peace and power. Salute to you. Salute. I appreciate your support. Right. Why society silences men's emotions? We're going to get into this. I think this is a conversation that men need to speak about in length and in depth, because I think that men are extremely misunderstood. They always say, you know, you'll never figure out a woman, so stop trying to figure out women. I agree with that. But I think men are more misunderstood than women, especially when it comes to our emotions and how we express them. And I think that because of social media and platforms, and I'm gonna say such as this one, I'm gonna pat myself on the back because, you know, I was one of the first advocates in this space to promote this conversation, right? To have this conversation in this way, going directly at it, not going around it, not making it seem like this, not making it seem like that, but going directly at it. Right? I think that men are extremely misunderstood. And the reason why I say this is because usually right? This is what a lot of us men hear. And usually this comes from women. Oh, well, I thought men was supposed to act like this. Oh, I thought that men was supposed to respond like this. A man not supposed to act like this. A man not supposed to feel like that. How you know how a man's supposed to feel? You know how I feel to be a man? How you gonna tell me how you think I'm supposed to feel? Listen to that. And this is quite normal in a conversation between men and women. This is quite normal. This is normal interaction. L'Oreal says words definitely have meaning today. They always have. They always have. I think words have more meaning today, actually. What's up, Full Focus? Full Focus says if you look sad, you're weak. If you're angry, you're crazy. Good point. Good point. Shout out to Miss Raina Woman in the building. Hey, Miss Raina Woman. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We got 3 top lovely lady mods in here. Shout out to you. She says, no, DS1. You were the only one talking about this in this area of YouTube. Greetings. Hey, loves. Good morning, Raina. I appreciate that, sis. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. You see? That's normal. Like just a normal. And the reason why I'm saying it's normal is because as men, we've gotten used to interacting that way. Like we don't even take it offensive. It's not even offensive because we expect it. We expect it. See, men and women are conditioned differently. We are psychologically conditioned differently, and things affect us differently. This is why I don't understand why we keep having a gender war argument. We're different. Things affect us differently. We have different hormones, right? That operate differently. These hormones operate differently in us. They don't operate the same. Testosterone affects me differently than it affects a woman. Our DNA structures are different. We're different. So the way men perceive emotions and look at emotions and deal with emotions will always be different from a woman. You see? And let me go ahead and put this out there. Stop saying this, fellas. Stop saying this. Stop saying all women are emotional, because all women aren't emotional. Understand the difference between being emotional and showing emotions. Everyone shows emotions. Every woman is not emotional. Okay? Honestly, in my life, I've met a lot more emotional men. You see? And let me go ahead and put this out there too. It's nothing wrong with being emotional. see, see, this is why I'm enjoying having these conversations, because I like to put things in a proper perspective for us guys. It's nothing wrong with being emotional. It's nothing wrong with being human and expressing your emotions. Now, what's wrong is not having your emotions under control. You see? That's when it becomes a problem. But see, society doesn't tell men that. You might have to come to Sheep Stay Sleep TV to hear that, because society is never going to tell men that. Society is going to tell you to not be emotional. You know what that tells the male psyche? To not be emotional, to not cry. To not cry. We equate crying with being emotional as something negative. See that? See the correlation? So now, if you think as a man that being emotional is something wrong with being emotional, right? Then you're going to think that crying is being emotional. So I'm not going to cry because it's something wrong with that. I'm not supposed to do that. I'm not supposed to do that. Now you start dealing with repression. This is what goes on with men. Now you start repressing your feelings. Because when you stop yourself from crying, you're repressing your feelings. And I know this because I've done this. I've done this for a lot in my life where I've repressed my emotions. When you taught to just do everything. And remember, I told y'all that me doing that in my life, that now that came out in my son. I see that in my son, where he's through everything. When he can't, because he about to start walking, y'all. You know, thank God. My boy about to start walking. He gonna be walking before 1 year old, right? So he's already crawling. He already know how to get himself up and stand up. And he's so strong. It's like he just strengthens his way through everything, muscles his way through everything, he wants to force his way through everything. And I see him, I watch him. He'll sit there and be trying to get himself up, and and then get himself up. Then if he can't get himself up, he start getting frustrated. And I just be sitting back and I'd be like, damn, that was me. I said, damn, that was me. He get that from me. He even makes the noise. Like a little growl. I don't like that. Because I now I can identify what that is. See, when I was doing it, when I was young, I didn't know why I was doing it. I know how it made me feel, but I didn't really see myself. You know, when you on the outside and you watching it, because when I see my son, I see myself. So now I'm able to see myself. Now I'm able to see myself. Now I'm able to sit back and look and see my son's personality. Yeah, it's like a growl. I know exactly what it is. Shout out to Daryl Richardson in the building. What's good, OG? Good to see you. So now I get to sit back and I get to watch it. It's like, nah, I gotta be there I gotta nurture that. I gotta shift that energy. I gotta shift that energy. And I gotta do it early. I gotta do it early. I already see it. And I thank God that I'm able to see that. Because I gotta channel that energy another direction into something constructive where he can actually sit down, and because he already does that too. Like he's already playing with sensory toys and all of that stuff. But that repression of feelings is coming out in my boy with how he does things. Because I was the same way. I would use my strength to do everything when I shouldn't have to use all of that or apply all of that pressure. I would just do it. Because I was always just tense. That's repressed anger. That's repressed anger. That's not what people may call strength. Yeah, time is flying. Time is flying. He'll be 1 year old in December. He'll be 1 year old in December, y'all. Time is flying. You know, I don't want him to deal with that. You know? And shout out to his mom. I love his mom to death. Because she's so sweet and nurturing. He always laughing. He always smiling. But he just got that that I know me as his daddy gonna have to relax, son. It's okay. It's okay, son. You don't have to slow down, son. Don't be so rough. My dad used to have to tell me that. My mom used to have to tell me that. So now for me to see this, I'm like, yeah, I gotta. But this ties right into the topic. Because most people will say that it's nothing wrong with that. He's just strong. He's just resilient. He's just, yeah, he may be all of that. But I don't want him to be angry too. I don't want him to have repressed anger, because repression leads to depression. I know this. I was diagnosed, I am diagnosed with major depression disorder and anxiety. Are y'all listening, fellas? So that and that, no, that needs to be channeled into something constructive where he can use more of this and less bronze, more brain. You see? Because now when you get into activities where you got to use your brain, you start getting rough. You get rough and you get upset when you can't figure stuff out right away. And you just want to, and you getting mad. And it's not because you don't know, it's because you anxious. You can't sit down and just relax and pay attention and just do it. Or you be so that you can't get it. You just, I watch my boy. That's me. That was me. You be so trying to, and you know you could do it, but you just, that's repression. That I don't want to start because I'm already seeing the behaviors that's there. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Cheryl Schultz. How you doing, Vicky? Do you think before society, government system, and programming, there was one God and then split into? Yeah, we're not gonna have that conversation. But shout out to you, Vicky. We're not having a religious conversation, but shout out to you. I appreciate your support. What's up, Coyote Joe? It's an inheritance, but he doesn't have to deal with it alone. That's the beauty. You know it because you lived through it. You see it in him so you can guide him effectively. Absolutely, Coyote Joe. Salute to you. Absolutely. Even strong men deserve to be gentle with themselves. Absolutely. Absolutely. My big brother, the Book of Rona, he always tell me the goal as men is for us to become warriors that can walk through a garden. I always told him that's one of my favorite analogies that he make. But he say as men, we have to become warriors that could walk through a garden. You see? So like I said, I'm going to say this again, Too Strong for Life. Salute. Repression, you know, those repressed feelings that you think is strength, that you think is building you to becoming something stronger. You ever heard of setting yourself up? That's what you're doing. Repression, your repressed emotions, the emotions you repress as a man because you think that makes you a man, leads to your depression later on in life as a man. So all the years you was getting to the bag and you wasn't having time to be emotional, and you wasn't having time for love, and you ain't had time because you was getting to that bag and you was doing this and you was doing that, and you ain't had no time because you a man and you just taking care of everything. And then you run into something called the midlife crisis. Why do you think that's so common in men? Because all through, you was running on autopilot. See, this is what men do. Run on autopilot. Don't address nothing that's going on internally. Just run on autopilot. Because I gotta do this. I gotta get this done. This is what we call man shit. I'm not disputing that. This is what we call man shit. And then in our mid to late 30s, we hit that midlife crisis. And life pimp slapped the hell out of us. Yeah. And now we sitting around like a spaded rockwaller. Now we sitting around like a spaded rockwaller. We don't know what's going on. We just looking around, barking. And as soon as you hear footsteps, we become that. We become that spaded dog. We don't know what's going on in life. We just confused, barking at the goddamn air. We hear a bird fly past, we barking. Confused, befuddled, baffled, bewildered. We don't have a sense of self. We don't know what happened. What happened to that boy? We be hearing that song on repeat. The birds and everything. What happened to that boy? It's called the midlife crisis. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fellas. Yeah, you wonder how that happens? What up, Mike C? You wonder how that happens? Yeah, it's called the midlife crisis. Now you find yourself losing yourself and don't even know what happened. Because you've been repressing your emotions and the way you feel about the things that's been happening to you throughout your life for the past 25, 30 years. See, some of us men, we don't even remember when we first start repressing things. And that's and some of us brothers are 40, 50 years old, 60 years old. The first time you repressed a traumatic situation and couldn't tell nobody what happened, you were 7. You 57. Think about this, brothers. You were 7. You 57 now. How much more things you have repressed? How much more in that 50-year span? And you still alive, brother. You still alive. Think about this. Repression leads to depression. which leads to what? Self-deletion. Yeah. Which leads to what? Stroke. Which leads to what? Cardiac arrest, heart attack. Which leads to what? Cancer. Mhm. Do you know everything starts from your thoughts? As above, so below. As above, so below. Don't people eat what they think about? Don't some people eat based on how they feel? I got a taste for this. As above, so below. Right? Okay. So, fellas, just imagine the first time you started repressing something, the first time you was told, stop crying, you a boy. Boys are not supposed to cry. You a big boy. You're not supposed to cry. When the first time you heard that? Hey, Taylor. Good morning. Too Strong for Life says, I inherited those anger issues. My father had anger issues, died from cancer, see? And he inherited them, see? You see? Nico says, have you managed your anger issues or is it hard to control? Yes, I've managed them. I've learned to manage them better over these past couple of years. Honestly, Nico, I would say within the past 3 years, I've been learning to manage my anger a whole lot better. Before that, it was extremely hard to control. I'm gonna be honest. My brother Daryl says 67 years old and just beat laryngeal cancer and lung cancer. Can't talk anymore. Radiation or chemo didn't kill me either. Wow. Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to you. Blessings, man. Wow. What's up, Jesse? Good morning to you, man. What's up, Ivan? Shout out to Ivan in the chat. Just says, when you a little girl, you even get told boys don't cry. See that? See that? You see the conditioning? This is why I said at the beginning of the show, I believe men are more misunderstood than women. Because even though men have figured out that it isn't smart and it's less stressful to not try to figure a woman out, but women are actually taught that men are simple, men don't cry. They're taught this from little girls. That every man is supposed to give you the best and do this and do that. They're told this about boys and men. And these are total misconceptions. Total misconceptions. Total misconceptions. Appreciate you, Ivan. What's up, Joseph? Hey, Kari. Shout out to Miss Kari in the building. Good to see you, Kari. Good morning to you. Daryl says stress will catch up to you. Come on, man. Stress is dropping a lot of brothers, man. Stress is dropping a lot of men. A lot of men. Stressing, repressing, depression. See how it's all connected? It's all connected to repression. It's all connected to repression. Good to see you as well, Kari. Bob says, I'm still working on my anger issues. Some people do their best to try to provoke me, and I'm going through counseling to help me. I was triggered a few days ago, and I needed to journal. Absolutely, Bob. Salute to you, bro. Keep taking the necessary steps, my brother. You see? I think now there's a lot more advocacy for men, but society has taught everyone that men's emotions don't matter. How we feel don't matter. That's why you always hear us men say, well, it don't matter how I feel. It don't matter how I feel. A lot of us men have trouble with communicating what we really want and what we really like, because we so used to being sacrificial in that way. Whereas I'm not going to say what I want or say what I like, because it don't matter, because I have to focus on what everybody else want and what everybody else like and make sure they have those things. I ain't really worried about me. I ain't really worried about me. I just want to make sure everything else is taken care of. I'll be okay. Doesn't that sound familiar, fellas? I'll be all right. I'll manage. I'll manage. And do y'all know, society tells everybody, including women, that men who go through this, which all men do, shouldn't be of anyone's concern but his own. Do y'all know this? It is told in the world that the battles that a man goes through is no one concern but his. Don't care about what he going through mentally. He just better show up. He just better show up for you, girl. Fuck how he feel. He gotta be there. But what's being told to women? Take your time, girl. Don't rush it. You ain't gotta go out your way. Don't make yourself uncomfortable. You see what society says? You see the difference? It even tells women from the time they're a little girl that they don't have to be concerned with how they man feel. And not about her, about itself. A lot of you women in relationships right now, you don't give a goddamn about how your husband feel about himself. You ain't concerned about your husband's mental health. He just better keep doing what he doing for you. Because that's all that matters. Because that's what make him a man, right? What he do for you. Not what he do for himself. Not how he feel about himself. Not about how he see his family and how he feel respected according to his family. No, it's about what you. Because you was taught his feelings don't matter. Because a real man is not emotional. A real man put his feelings to the side and do what he need to do. For who? You? Right. I get it. See why men checking out? What up, Crazy Scott? Shout out to Crazy Scott in the building. Good morning. Right, L'Oreal. A real man will brush it off. Because a real man ain't emotional. Do y'all know that this conversation we having today, this morning, is the reason for a lot of men unaliving these women? Why a lot of men are unaliving escorts? That femicide stuff? Yeah. It's because you're dealing with men who have repressed emotions. And you end up with the wrong dude at the wrong place at the wrong time. And 9 times out of 10, you said the wrong shit out your mouth. Because once you said what you said out your mouth, he identified you as one of them, and he took your life. Am I saying he justified? Hell no. Because that man was supposed to get help. See, that's what we tell men over here. We don't justify their actions. You were supposed to get help, brother, because you know you needed it. But I understand why you was afraid to go. You was embarrassed to go. Because what man feels good about going to get help for his feelings? What man with pride? You know, all men got pride. Even a man you would consider a coward got pride. What man with pride want to go sit down and talk to somebody about how he feel. And he don't understand why he feel that way. Do you know how embarrassing that is? Do you know how shameful it felt my first sessions in therapy? Do you know how shameful it felt to cry? In front of them? Y'all don't understand, man. Y'all don't understand us. And y'all been taught not to. You can't love something you don't understand. That's why some of you women, a lot of you women, need to stop saying, I love y'all. We love y'all. No, you don't. You don't understand us. How you gonna love something you don't understand? Baby girl? How you gonna love something you don't understand? We love y'all. No, you don't. You was taught to say that. You know you don't mean it because you don't even know how to properly show it. Because you don't take my feelings into consideration when you talking. See how I gotta mind your feelings and think about my delivery when I'm talking? Do you consider yours? I gotta deliver my package to the door, nice and quiet. Don't drop it, don't fumble it, nothing. But you could come and throw your goddamn package at me. See, that's how y'all deliver y'all message. Take it what it is, nigga. It's what it is. But when I give your ass that smoke, now I'm abusive to women. When I throw my package at you and hurl that shit at your door, I wasn't supposed to do that. I'm abusive. Oh, I get it. That's what you was taught about men. That you could smack me upside my head. Christian. Remember Sha'Carri? Remember the Sha'Carri video? Christian. She could smack him upside his head, push him, call him all types of names, embarrass him in public at the airport. And then when her ass going to jail, Christian, you called the cops on me. I know you didn't do that. What if he would have broke your jaw? You worrying about the cops. What if he would have hit you with a right cross? Sha'Carri. See what she was taught? She was taught that a man's supposed to stand there and take your abuse. Christian. You're going to jail. See that? And some women even agree with that. That he was supposed to go and help her and tell the cops it wasn't nothing. Some women believe that. After punching him all in his face, pushing him, pulling his clothes, embarrassing him in public. Let's not forget the man's embarrassed. On top of him getting physically assaulted. She cursing him out. You see her mouth moving. So she cursing him out and hitting him in the airport. You know how traumatizing that is for a human being? We're not gonna make that part man or woman. Do you know how traumatizing that is for a human being? To be getting assaulted and attacked in the airport? You know how many people be in the airport? See, nobody's thinking about that. That man could be traumatized from that shit. Oh, men don't get traumatized. No, we do. And guess what we taught to do? Put it back here. Medulla oblongata. Put it in the back. Put it back here. Yeah, store it. Yeah, everything's okay, officer. Everything's okay. Let her go. Everything's okay. Store it. Repression. Store it. So y'all think at some point, all this storage, all this storing we're doing, you don't think at some point some of these files in this computer gonna get corrupted? Think of it like a computer. Store. And when you start running out of memory, what start happening to the files? When you start storing files on top of files, what start happening? And see, for some of us men, we don't feel it. We don't know that the files is getting corrupted because we're taught to not feel. We're taught to just keep going. Okay, that happened. All right, cool, whatever. Don't actually feel and sit with the pain of the situation. Men are taught not to do that. Women are taught to. Yeah, girl, go home and grieve, girl. Go get your ice cream and your donuts and watch Lifetime. See that? Cause see, fellas, guess what? I'm not saying that the food choices is healthy, but that concept is healthy. And this is why women be outliving us, fellas. They do healthy shit. Yeah, girl, go home and grieve, girl. Don't answer your phone. Yup. You know what men are taught to do? Go to work. You know what men are taught to do? Smoke a blunt. You know what men are taught to do? Go get a beer. You know what men are taught to do? Go have a shot at the bar. You know what men are taught to do? Go to the strip club and throw it on some ass. You'll get over it. Strip club therapy. Strip club therapy. Go get another job, nigga. Keep working. Stay embedded in your work. Go find something else to do. Right, Taylor? That Haagen-Dazs. Right. Y'all are told this. And go watch movies. And don't answer your phone. and cut your phone off. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right, 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 right. Go to the nudie bar. Remember, that's what they call. Remember, that's what Al used to do on Married with Children. When Al used to get mad at Peg, when Al used to get mad at Peg, him and his homeboy from next door, who used to get mad at his wife because she couldn't stop goddamn talking. Remember, him and Al used to go to the nudie bar. That's the strip club. What's up, Jesse? It's the nudie bar. The nudie bar. They're also told to smoke it out or go to the box. Yeah, all Al Bundy. Come on, man. And think about this. We've been watching that since we was little boys. I grew up watching Married with Children. Love and marriage, love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage. I grew up watching that. I grew up watching Honeymooners. I grew up watching Full House, Family Matters, Fresh Prince. These are the shows that also that made me want to get married and be a married man. Because if you notice in them dynamics, the men were married. Notice the men were married. Al was married with children. That was the name of the show. And remember, in Full House, the father was married, but didn't the mother pass away? So that's why he was always trying to find a stepmom for his daughters. Come on, I watched this shit when I was a kid. Oh, I have the memory of an elephant. God didn't bless me with good vision, but I got good memory. I got good memory. Yes, Peggy Bundy. Oh, Al. See? See? Yeah, I thought the moms passed away in Full House. Yeah. Hey, Scorpio. Good morning. Good to see you. I think we got 6 or 7 lovely lady mods in here today. I think we got 6. Shout out to you, Scorpio. What's up, Nico? Come on. Come on. Come on, StreamYard. But society teaches everyone to ignore, and even teaches us to ignore our feelings from the time we're boys. Never acknowledge how you feel. Why do you think a lot of men can't express their emotions in the way that they want to? Why? Listen, I'm about to drop a bomb on y'all. Why do y'all think a lot of men who have trouble expressing their feelings, why you think at one point a lot of them did music? Or have some talent in art? Because art is what? A form of what? Expression. So I might can't tell you, but I could write it. I could write it in a rap. I could write it in a poem. And I could create the picture exactly how I want it painted to you because I can't muster up the words because I'm not used to being this open. I'm not used to being this vulnerable. This is uncomfortable. I get to stuttering. I get to doing this. But I could write it. I could write it. It's going to take me a while to write it, but I could write it. I could find a song that directly depicts what I want you to understand. This is why men do this, ladies. This is why men do this. This is why some of the most quote unquote toughest guys, their woman tell come on, YouTube. Come on, StreamYard. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Shout out to you, Crazy Scott. I appreciate you. Nobody knows their romantic side because a man's romantic side is him expressing how he feels, his intimate side, when he expressing how he feel about himself, how he see himself, how he saw himself. See, it take a certain type of woman to get a man to open up that way. Sometimes it be through manipulation, and sometimes it be a good woman does that the best way, the healthy way. But why do y'all think y'all hear that a lot from women? Because a lot of times we don't feel safe. And usually the women that we're laying up with, being, intimate with, feeling safe with, are the women we express those things to. You see? Taylor says, that's why my ex and I broke up. He was too emotionally closed off. I could feel that, Taylor. Because I know you need that. I know you need that transparency, because that transparency makes you feel safe. What up? What up, Izzy? Shout out to Israel Doctrine, man. I appreciate your support, man. He says peace, bro. Peace to you, my brother. How you been, man? Hope all is well, bro. You see? Because once you create an infrastructure for men to be emotionally inferior to emotions, right? Once you let us know we're not allowed to be vulnerable, once you let us know that me being transparent is aggression, see, once you train a person to be that way, what do you think the finished product is? Do you think that creates someone that can last? How long do you think that's going to last? Shout out to my brother GQ in the building. What up, GQ? You already know, bro. Salute. How long do you think that's going to last? Especially if you're dealing with a man who's been dealing with these issues for generations. See, some of us come from a long line of men who's dealt with depression, anxiety, anger issues, rage. Some of us men come from a line of men, so it's encoded in our DNA. So now let's look at this. Ladies, if your man come from men like that, right? And let's say his great grandfather, which is his grandfather's father, right? He dealt with it. And he died in his 70s, maybe late 70s, mid to late 70s. His son dealt with it. And his son died before him. His son died before 70. Then his son, which will be my father, died earlier than his father. So if I don't break the curse, what you think gonna happen to me? This is why we gotta be generational curse breakers, man. This is we're dealing with this stuff because we have to break the curse. Again, some of us inherited this. It's just how what the OGs and the elders say. That's just how the cookie crumble for you, young fella. That's just how the cookie crumbled for you. When you got lemons, you make lemonade. But guess what I used to do? Because I was so angry. Instead of me using my brain trying to figure out how to make lemonade, I was smashing the goddamn lemons. I was so mad. I said F the lemons. Instead of me trying to figure out how to make lemonade, I said F the lemons and the lemonade. I'm going to drink some other shit. I'm going to drink water. And I stayed like that for a long time in rebel mode. A rebel without a cause. That's what a lot of us men have been for a long time in our lives. Rebels without a cause. Because you're not even on a course to heal. You a rebel without a cause. You ain't even trying to heal. You just running through shit. Just dealing with it as it comes. Shout out to Mark Johnson Moments. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I said F them lemons, Clear Kills. I said F them lemons. You see? See, we got to understand that we got to break the curse. So I'm not telling you to get used to being uncomfortable. I'm not telling you to get used to going through what you're going through. What I'm telling you is there's help. There's agency. Y'all can book a consultation with me if y'all just want to start out talking to me. I've done many consultations with brothers. No, I don't have my license yet. No, I don't give any professional information. I don't, tell you to take any medicines or any of that. But I can guarantee if you have a conversation with me, after that, you will begin to look at things differently. You will begin to look at yourself and your situation differently. I can guarantee that. And I have brothers that can attest to that as well. So it's not about staying that way. It's not about toughing your way through this, because you can't toughen your way through it. There's no way of toughing through your mind. All you doing is tearing it up. You ain't toughing it out. You tearing it up. You tearing yourself down. You not toughing it out. You tearing yourself down. That's what you're doing. And one day you will collapse. You will collapse because you're tearing yourself from the foundation. And what happens when you continue, when the foundation of something gets uprooted, the structure falls. This is why a lot of men are in mental institutions now, because a lot of them never went to go see about nothing. A lot of them just kept toughing it out, putting it on the back burner. A lot of us fellas in the chat still doing it now. Going to the doctor, put it on the back burner. Well, I got to go to work. Well, I'm going to go get this extra day. I ain't going to the doctor. The doctor could wait. The doctor could wait. The doctor could wait. The doctor could wait. So if the physical doctor could wait, I know the mental doctor. How long the mental doctor been on wait, brother? How long you supposed to call that therapist? When you first said you was going to call a therapist 3 years ago, still ain't get to it? So you think your brain, you think your mind can't crack? You ever heard of a nervous breakdown? Endocrine system, brain, neurons, brain, endocrine, nervous, neuro, brain. You think you can't have a nervous breakdown? Huh, tough guy? Huh, gangster? Huh, gangster? See, You think you tougher than the person that created you. The person that created you didn't make you infallible. You think you're that gangster, huh? You're going to collapse. That's what you're going to do. You're going to collapse. And then your gangsta ass going to be curled up somewhere, praying for help. Because you've allowed society and lies structure your life. And you followed it to the T. See, don't let that tough guy shit kill you. Notice what I said. Don't let that tough guy shit kill you. Not get you killed, kill you. Because see, you know, gangsters is having heart attacks now. They die in a different way. Real street gangster niggas is dying from cancer. Dying in their sleep. Don't let that tough shit kill you. I'm a real nigga. I'm a real nigga. Yeah, that shit'll kill you, homie. You'll fuck around and drop dead. Because you trying to prove something that's a misnomer. Ain't nothing wrong with being emotional. You see why there's a goddamn mental health crisis? Because men was told they couldn't be emotional. And then women was told that men wasn't supposed to be emotional. That's why they're in relationships with psychopaths, getting beat on, which is creating their emotional problem. You get it? You get it? Yeah. You ain't got no emotions. You've been taught to suppress them. Gangster. Gangster, gangster, gangster. Yeah, the gangsters ain't going out like they used to. Yeah. Yeah. Because the gangsters forgot that they're human. Yeah. Because to be a gangster, you're subhuman to be a gangster. You got to freeze your feelings. You got to freeze your emotions. You got to freeze your humanity. And what you think gonna happen to you the longer you keep doing it? Your ass gonna be frozen stiff in a body bag. Since you want to keep freezing your emotions and freezing your feelings and freezing your humanity for people, your ass gonna be stiff just like your feelings in a box. Because that's real life, gangster. That's real life. That's science. Don't argue with me. Argue with science. Yeah. 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 It's time to stop running from who you are. You a human. A gangster's a mask. Yeah, I said it. That's a mask. It's always been. Why do you think you always hear the gangster say, I just want to be left alone now and raise my kids? because he want to take the fucking mask off. And he just want to be him. The person he always wanted to be. But he wasn't allowed to be. Because society told him he had to be something else. And his environment taught him to be something else. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm here to tell you today, you got help. You got brothers that care. You got brothers that got resources. If you got Medicaid, you can go get a therapist for free. You heard what I said? If you got Medicaid, you can go get a therapist for free. Did you know that? Yes. You can go get mental health services for free. You don't have to pay nothing out your pocket. See, I bet a lot of you guys didn't even know that. You didn't even know that a goddamn psychiatrist and a psychologist and a therapist come with your health care. Did you know that? No, you didn't. You think your health care is eyes, the regular doctor, and the dentist. You can go get your brain checked, nigga. Did you know that? Nah, I don't think you did. Because you would have went. Nigga, you could go to a dermatologist. You can go to a podiatrist. Yeah. Don't let people shame you. Go get your health together, brother. Go get your life right. Don't let nobody shame you, nigga. You go get all that shit for free. You can go get nursed back to health. You can go get all the help you need. But you was taught, ain't nobody gonna help you unless you got some money to pay him. See where that shit got you? I'm here to tell you, don't believe that shit. I'm here to tell you don't believe it. Because it's a lie. Because everybody been lied to. Men and women been lied to. So shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate everyone for pulling up this morning. We might be back later on. Y'all stay tuned. We might be back later on. And if we be back later on, we might have another conversation like this, man. We might have another conversation like this. So y'all stay tuned. I appreciate everyone for pulling up. Shout out to my lovely lady mods for coming through this morning and holding it down. Shout out to Miss Kari D. Appreciate you, Kari. Kari says society doesn't see men as victims, even when they are. Exactly, Kari. Shout out to Miss Kari D for the super chat. Shout out to Israel Doctrine for the super chat as well. I appreciate everyone for pulling up. Thank y'all so much for coming through this morning. I believe this is episode 9, I believe. Episode 9. But this episode will be on a Morning Man Talk series playlist. So y'all can just click the playlist section. You'll see Morning Man Talk and you can catch any episode that you missed. Shout out to everyone for pulling up once again. I need you guys to get down in that comment section. Let me know what you think. If you would like to support the Student Tuition Fund, the links and the directions is pinned at the top of the chat. The links are pinned at the top of the chat. I appreciate everyone for pulling up this morning. Thank y'all so much. Much love to everyone. DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace.